Hi there, welcome back to another video from all of us here at lottiejasminedesigns. So today we're going to make some coasters. Haven't made some coasters for a while and thought we'd use this lovely mould. So this is a textured mould. This one we got from Temu, but it's also available from Amazon, I believe, online. Using this beautiful ice blue mica powder from Arteza. Absolutely love Arteza mica powders, and plus this lovely brownie colour. I don't know if you'd call it frosted or metallic, but the two together combined, absolutely stunning. Thanks to my mum, shout out to her for suggesting the colour combination. So this is time lapse. There I am, just using a regular little paintbrush to dust into the moulds, trying to blend the two colours together as best as I can. There you go. And as you can see, I mean, they look gorgeous. Gorgeous. This one in particular I really like. It's just like the folds of fabric, beautiful. And then this one's a bit more like sort of like a wave pattern. So decided that I was actually going to use some resin. It's a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, and I was going to pour in the add to it the blue mica, the ice blue mica powder. Now the only thing with mica powders is I wasn't sure if it was going to be opaque enough. So here's the powder I'm going to use. I used quite a good volume of it, and then I also added in the there's the blue mica powder. I also added in, I don't know if you can see it off to the left there, the Vista white pigment paste. Mixed it into the resin, and now I'm just going to pour it into these moulds. So this is the backing coat. Now, not that you would necessarily see this through the mould, the other side of the mould, because obviously when you do moulds, they're the reverse way around. So there we go. It's quite thin, this resin, at this point. There we go. So just steadily pouring it in, trying not to encourage any air bubbles. Although we know what to do to get rid of air bubbles, you can either use a long-nosed lighter, or you can use a couple of little sprays from an atomizer of the isopropyl alcohol. So yeah, just topping it up a little bit more, just so it goes up to the edge of the mould, it finds its way there. Resin will move, so don't be tempted to just keep pouring and pouring and pouring in case you pour too much in and, like I have done in the past, have overspill around the edges. So here we go with this next one. Now this one I'm doing currently didn't take very much resin at all, and that's really because of the indentations of the patterning within the mould, the texturing. So there we go. As you can see there, it's just starting to reach the sides of the mould, just slowly. There we go. And then I'm going to do the other two. Now I think next one I do is the bottom left hand corner, the one that reminded me of all the folds of fabric, which I still think looks beautiful. It really is touches of the certain film called Frozen, maybe, with the blue. There we go. You could of course use the backing resin you could use for these coasters. You could mix in the lovely metallic-y ice frosted brown mica powder that I used. Sorry, excuse me. If you wanted to instead, or you could use a mix of the two. So there we go. That one's just finding its way to the edges of the mould again now. A little touch more required. There we are. Comes something quite satisfying about seeing the resin reaching the sides of the mould. So now then, this last one, it took quite a lot of resin, and that's purely because it's lots of cavities. So it's almost basically like using a completely empty mould that you've just dusted with some different colours. So there we go, just making sure it gets into all of those little compartments and the cavities. Trying to make sure that we get the least amount of air bubbles as possible, because obviously we don't want little air bubbles trapped or coming through in the resin, and particularly not when it's cured, because obviously that's going to ruin the effect, it will ruin the finish of it. And then there'll be a lot of sanding involved and recoating, which I don't particularly enjoy. So there we go. We didn't have quite enough resin for that one, so I've just added some more off camera into that little silicone jug. which we're then going to add. Here we go. We're going to add the remaining bit of the resin. There we are, just filling up these last little 2 or 3 cavities, hiding all the mica powders. There we go. And I don't know if you can see in the top right hand corner there at the bottom of that mould, there are some little bubbles. So as I said before, you can either use a long neck nose lighter, or you can use a couple of sprays of isopropyl alcohol. I like to try and go in just gently around the edge first with one of these lovely little micro brushes. See if we can get rid of any little air bubbles that are trapped around the edges there. It's just carefully going round, because obviously you don't want to disturb any of the mica powder that you've taken the time to brush onto the mould to start with. There we are, and then the last one. And it's at this point then that I usually look and think, now, do any of them need topping up? And I did decide that, yeah, they some of them just needed a bit of topping up. Obviously, it goes without saying that you should make sure that your moulds are on a flat, level surface before you put any kind of resin in them. Otherwise, you won't get an even cure. Well, they won't be even. So when you put the coasters flat down on the table, they won't be flat to the table. So here we go, just adding the last few bits of the lovely ice blue resin to the backing of them. We then left them for 24 hours. Well, we left them overnight. I tend to demould after 12 hours because I'm too impatient, and then leave them on a flat surface somewhere protected so that they can finish curing up and go nice and hard. What you won't see in this clip as well is I have actually made a holder for these coasters in the ice blue mica. So here we go, demoulding, and look at that. Looks beautiful. It reminds me a bit of a tortoise or a turtle shell, to be honest, and I absolutely adore the colour combination with these. Yeah, well, that's the one with all the little compartments and things. Thanks again to my mum for recommending the colour combination with these. She said it reminded her of a particular designer beginning with the letter A. Guesses in the comments as to which designer. They are absolutely stunningly beautiful, these. Not going to do anything else with them, just going to put them in the holder that we've made for them. So thanks again for watching, for tuning in, for sharing, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and why not leave us a comment? Why not leave us a colour combination suggestion? Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.